Nolan Studios. Today we are going to be tackling the Hachette Partworks release of Build the Batmobile Tumbler. We are going to try and get through stages 29 to 40. Should give us a 12-stage build this afternoon. So, without further ado, here we go. Alright, we're going to get started with stage 29. I'm going to take a look at what the magazine has in store for us. All the comics, and we have our instructions. So we have the cage, ball bearings, and ball retainers in this one. So let's go ahead and get going and try and get this done. All the parts for the Batmobile Tumbler come in a nice box like this. This is what Hachette is using to give them less plastic going around. And you can find which stage you need, which parts you need, by looking at this number right on there. Let's crack this open. Covered in paper. We have a bag. The ring. All the ball bearings. And the covers. So we'll go ahead and get these screwed in and be right back. So basically all you have to do is take these ball bearing retainers, put them over each ball bearing just like that. Then with our handy bag of AP screws, we'll put that in. I'll do one and show you all the rest of them. Alright, and now that's all done. Spin it around. And that's all there is in stage 29. Alright, moving on to stage 30. Some more about the Batmobiles and the comics. And we have the platform and caps. I'll be honest with you, being in the USA, I'm really behind on this build from those in the UK. I don't have any idea what this part of the model is for. It's basically just a Lazy Susan. And then, in the next stage, we have all the wires coming. Alright, now we have the two sides of our Lazy Susan with our ball bearing ring in the middle. And two caps. So it doesn't matter which one of these you do first. Put that in there. Ball bearing ring in there. Put this on the outside. then the other one right in there. And then ACP screws are what are used to put this together. Just takes one of those guys. And then we have our mystery Lazy Susan to use at some point. Now with stage 31, we're going to start getting into all the electrics. A little bit about the bubble car, some comic book Batmobiles. Do that. And we got switches, a ribbon wire, and a motor. And that's all there is to do in that stage. Alright, so we'll dig this out. Get rid of the box. And here's that motor. Go ahead and we'll stretch out the wire. Make sure you get the kinks out of it. 2 switches and a ribbon cable. We don't need any screws anymore. Screwdriver. So all we're doing is we're matching these up. So it has 2, 3, and 4 on this ribbon cable. So this is the cable marked 4. Make sure the pins are lined up. Put that together. This one's number 3. And number 2. Just like that. So we have our first set of electrical wires. Just like that. Alright, I'm going to start jumbling these together because we're just putting in wires where they tell us to. So there's stage 32, '33, which has the battery box, a couple of switches, and one of those ribbon cables in it. Ooh, look at this. The 1966 Batmobile. It's a really, really great one. We have a model of that going right now. Then here's all these. And we have the circuit board. And that's stage 34. Alright, starting with stage 32, we have the on-off switch, we have a strip light, we have 2 wires with 2 LEDs at the end of them, a ribbon cable, and a speaker. The first thing they want me to do is I need cable 8. Alright, you guessed it. Stage 35. More wires. So we'll come back and show you how that looks. So when that's all done, we have this large ribbon cable connecting to a whole host of switches and LEDs. And then a smaller ribbon cable that's connected to just these two LEDs right here. What we need to do now is need to put them into the control board. So this large ribbon cable has 23 on it, which needs to go into socket 23. These wide ones are tough to get in sometimes. I think that's good. And then number 20, which I believe was the other one we just did. Number 20 goes into the number 20 socket. Which is right here. That's all there is to do in that stage. So you now have 1, 2, 3, 4 ribbon cables coming from that control board. Stage 36. I'll give you a flick through that. More on the 66 Batmobile right here. We have another set of ribbon cables, a motor, and a couple of switches. And we put all those together, put the ribbon into the control board, and that's what we're looking at. This is the box for stage 36. Which has all of that. So this on one side has 33. And on the other side, it has 36, 37, 34, and 35. And the motor, we know, goes into 35. Alright, so that's all done. We have number 33 and 36, 35 and 37. 34 is left open at the moment. So bring back our control board. And 33 goes in right here. Just like that. That's the end of that stage. And 37, still on the 66 Batmobile. And we have a ribbon cable, one motor, and we're plugging 31, motor 31, into port 31. That's all that we're doing in this stage. And here it is. There's our one motor. And wrapped up in this paper is this ribbon cable, which has 30 at one end and 31 and 32. So grab this motor, put it into 31, and that's all there is to do in that stage. Alright, we're here on the penultimate stage in 38. More about the 66 Batmobile. And look at that. One motor. Again, one motor. What we're doing with this one is we're plugging it into that vacant slot number 34. And that's it. Once again, wrapped up in paper, and in the paper envelope is one motor. That's all we got to do. Let me try and find in this mess of wires port 34. Not on that one. There it is. Number 34. Plug all that together. That's all there is to do. Next stage. Alright, stage 39. And we have the one motor in this one again. And it looks like we're going to be plugging everything into the control board for the remote control to come in the next stage so we can test it. So there's our one motor. It has 32 on it. So I need to find number 32. .32 is right here. It has one of the other motors attached to it. Do that. Plug that in. And now we just get to plug everything in. So we'll start with number 9. And find it. This is number 6. Goes in like so. We have number 12. That's going to go in number 12, which is right here. Number 30. Well, I have number 1 right here, which goes in like so. Number 7, which goes in here. an on-off switch, which is number 5. The battery box, which is number 11. Right here. Battery box is in. And the only one I'm missing is number 30. Where is number 30? There you are. Number 30. And I lied, I'm also missing number 10. Which is the speaker. It's number 10. Alright, so with all that put into place, that's all we have for stage 39. We'll move all of this to one side for a moment, because stage 40 is our remote control. Nothing about the Batmobile. This is all about Alfred. So we're going to be constructing the remote control. And then we get to put some batteries in the battery box and test out all the lights. This is going to be fun. So the battery box already has this piece of rubber in there for me. And put the control board over the top. Snap this together. Then we need a CR2032 battery. It's a normal car key battery. Put that in here. And clip that into the remote control. Everything seems to be working. Now let's see if I can get this in some sort of order. Alright, so I basically got it set up to where everything coming out of each end of the control board is heading in its own individual direction. Have our battery box. This car takes 8 AAA batteries, so a lot of power being used. to make sure that everything's working. Alright, 8 AAA batteries. Everything's powered. Alright, so my on-off switch is this one right here. It's in the off position at the moment. If I turn it on, we get some lights coming on. We got these LEDs which are connected to 8 and 9. These LEDs right here, which are connected to they're connected to 25 and 24, and it's also turning a motor, as you can see, and the motor is attached to 34. So in order to stop 34, I need to find switch 26. It should be 26. There it is. So it stopped that one and started number 32 running. So to stop 32 from running, I need switch 14, which is this guy right here. So that did exactly what it's supposed to, and started number 31 running. And then, so I need switch off of 29, which is this guy right here. And that turned off all of the motors that were running. So now we can test out the remote control. So the headlights. Hold on. Alright, technical difficulties. I had the wrong batteries. So on the remote control, we can press headlights, which this one, these ones, these ones, they're all on. Click those off. Spotlights, turns these two on. And the jet boost. It fires the speaker and this blue LED. And click it again, it turns it off. Pretty fancy. Left and right. Moves this motor, which this is going to control the steering. It's the first model I've ever seen with remote control steering. Spoiler. Fired the speaker. And this motor right here. Cockpit. Rotate to clockwise. Clockwise. To stop motor 35 and rotating anti-clockwise, gently move lever on component 37. So 37 is and let's see, cockpit. Cockpit. Plus the motor 31. And I need switch 28. Which is this one. Component 13. Dashboard lights. Activate all of these. And then cannon. And that is a successful test of all the model's electrics. Everything's working. We'll see you next time.